are back to our normal routine of an album and a movie review.
Mm-hmm.
What do we want to do first?
Yeah.
Don't matter.
Yeah, not faking it
We
up.
can spin the wheel. Even it's...
Yeah, we'll do that. Let's put the wheel to use. Even we'll
is
do
movie.
the album.
Okay.
Odd, we'll do the movie. Go ahead, Jim. You get to spin it first. Kind of a weak spin. Let me do it.
There you go. You can reach it better.
17. So that makes it odd. So that means movie.
Movie.
All right, movie.
All right. The movie is the reboot. This was suggested by our friend Doug Wargo. And yes, show the camera.
How about Evil Dead?
Yep. Doug's got his Evil Dead shirt on. The movie was suggested by our good friend Doug Wargo. The Evil Dead reboot from 2000, released on April 5th of 2013. This was directed by a guy named Fede Alvarez on a budget of $17 million,
Good Lord.
grossing $97.5 million at the domestic box office. This movie made some bank.
Yes, it did.
And it stars Jane Levy as Mia Allen, Shiloh Fernandez as her brother David Allen, Lou Taylor Pucci as Eric, Jessica Lucas as Olivia, and Elizabeth Blackmore as Natalie.
Okay.
And the story follows a group of 5 people that are under attack by Deadites at a remote cabin in the woods, kind of echoing the original 2 Evil Dead movies.
Yeah.
Eric was the teacher, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. What do you want to start?
Well, I just wrote notes as like, kind of going through the movie
Okay.
as we're going along.
So, go. All right.
Yeah, so it starts with the woman hiding in the woods,
Yes.
and it's found by the hillbillies.
Uh-huh.
Where at that point, it looks like it's get a bit rapey and murdery.
Yeah.
But no, those are the good guys.
Yeah.
Then they are doing an incantation thing and gets burned alive.
Well, hang on. We're in the basement of the cabin.
Yes,
Well,
basement
I
of the cabin.
was going to bring that up because this is almost like a pre-movie.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, because we don't know where we're at yet. We're just like, all this stuff's going on, and she gets burned alive and shot in the head
By her father.
by her father.
Yes.
And then the movie begins.
Well, because it did come out that she was possessed
yeah.
and that she killed her mother and yada yada yada.
Yeah, so that's how and now the movie actually begins.
Yes. Now we jump to modern day, and David and Natalie get to the cabin and meet up. They have their dog Grandpa with. And they meet up with Mia, Eric, and Olivia, who are there already. And the purpose of this trip to this abandoned rickety cabin is to help Mia kick her heroin addiction. And I would, if Sam Rami and Bruce Campbell were producers on this movie, but this is a totally different vibe.
Yes.
Yeah,
Then
totally. Yeah, there was no comedy in it.
none.
But there was a lot of the OGO 442 was in the
Yeah.
was
she
in there,
sitting on
and there was a lot of callbacks.
Yes.
Oh yeah, a ton of callbacks.
To the original. But yeah, it wasn't about people just kind of there having fun because nobody looks like they're having a good time.
No.
But I think it worked. The possession angle worked with someone kicking a habit.
Yes.
Yes. Hang on. Jimmy Westerberg's joined us. What's up, fuckers?
Hello.
Hi, Jimmy. You're just in time for the Evil Dead reboot
Yeah.
review.
Yeah. So when it turns out it was their mom's cabin.
Yeah.
They saw somebody broke into it. The whole time, Mia is complaining about this god awful fucking smell.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's just her hallucinating.
Right.
Until the dog moves the mat
Yeah.
And they see the trap door.
and the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they go to investigate.
Yeah.
And what was up with all those fucking dead cats? They were all cats.
Yeah, I think the whole purpose of that was just like a ritualistic thing.
Yeah. It was probably part.
Or maybe it was an homage to Sleepwalkers.
I don't know. But I think maybe it was just part of the Kandarian rituals. Kandarians are the demons.
I get that. I
Yes.
did. I knew.
Don't look at me like that then.
But they find all those. They find the torched.
Yeah, the torch column.
Torched column.
Yep.
A bunch of dead animals hanging.
Yep.
A shotgun with shells. And a book.
Well, a something wrapped in barbed wire and plastic.
Wrapped in barbed wire, yes.
Yes.
Again, why would you leave that?
Yeah.
Or why would you open it?
Furthermore, why are you opening that?
Yes.
Yes.
Just why?
And the best part, now this is our asshole Ed, who's a teacher, and I guess
Eric,
I'm sorry.
Eric's the asshole.
Yes.
he is.
He thinks he's intelligent, and while he's flipping through the book, it's flat out telling him, don't fucking read this, don't fucking read this, don't fucking read this. What does he do?
Yeah, I love it. Conda.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Fucking read the incantation out loud, and then kapoop.
And then we get a call back to the original Evil Dead. Mia gets possessed in the woods.
Yep.
Yes.
And raped by a tree.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and now I know the original one, that was a thing that everybody's like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, Sam. And it's like...
But they threw it back.
Yeah, they did right back. And again, well, then, of course, I'm watching with Ryan, and when she drove the car into the swamp, I said to Ryan, oh, the motor's flooded now. And he looks at me, what?
Yeah. Well, Alistair watched it with me. You know, he's become my second set of eyes on these movie reviews.
Yeah.
So now, Eric, like you said, Eric reads from the book, and if we've learned anything from the Evil Dead movies, don't read from the book because then shit jumps off.
Correct.
And shit has now officially jumped off.
Yep.
Mia takes off in Eric's car because she sees her demonic self in the woods. Mm-hmm. So she takes off trying to leave. Like Bill said, crashes the car
Because it appeared in front of her, and she went to avoid it, and that's how she went into the fucking pond or whatever the hell it was.
Yep. She gets chased in the wood and is possessed.
Yes.
Now she works her way back to the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Something, it was Mia, beats the poor dog to death with a fucking hammer.
That was savage shit.
Yes.
It was like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Mia's in the shower scalding herself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the whole Kandarian.
Yeah.
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, because he's following along in the Necronomicon,
It's not the Necronomicon in this
well, he's
one.
not calling it that, but they're following along in the book, like almost, oh, this is happening now.
Yeah.
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 It's like,
And isn't this when they were like, "Oh fuck, we need to get her medical attention"? Oh, the one lady was a nurse.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she was giving her meds.
yeah,
To calm her down.
Tranks.
But now she's fucking, scalding herself.
Yep. So they got to get her to the hospital for real.
Right.
And the road's fucking flooded.
Of course, but the bridge wasn't out this
Bridge
time.
wasn't out,
but
but-
the road was flooded.
Yes. Couldn't go anywhere in the Jeep.
Right. Hang on, I'm trying to find what. I thought I had put the name of the book on here.
I didn't think they named it. Because
They did.
They did.
Yeah, I can't remember it though. But anyway, so now we come to Eric ends up locking Mia in the basement.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
Eric locks Mia in the basement, and Olivia's in the bathroom. Olivia's been puked on by now.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. She got her and Mia tussled, and
David got shot.
David got shot.
One of the best parts in the movie. It's like everything goes silent. We're all gonna die tonight.
Yep.
Yes, yes. And then, yes, Mia puked blood on Olivia's face.
There was chunks in that too.
Yes, and as we all know, when you get part of the demon inside you, no matter what it is, how it is, by bite, by ingestion, accidental, whatever,
You're fucked.
She sees herself in the mirror, and she changes.
Yep.
And
And she starts carving her face up
Give
with a
yourself a
broken
little
piece of
Joker
mirror.
smile.
correct.
Yeah. And Eric walks in the bathroom at this point.
Yes.
And shit goes down. They have a bit of a tussle. Like one of the most savage things was her stabbing him with the fucking hypodermic needle.
Correct.
In the face.
In
and
the
then
face.
He pulls
and then
the
it breaks
knee-
off.
And he pulls it
and
out.
He pulls it out of his eyeball. Oh, that was gross. And then he ends up beating her to death with a fucking turlet.
Yep.
With a piece of a broken turlet.
This guy Eric, I could have sworn instead of he high school teacher by day, MMA fighter at night. Because this guy got the shit kicked out of him the whole fucking movie.
By
Oh, dude,
everything.
yes. Yes.
I'm thinking, how is this guy not fucking dead?
It gets worse.
Yes,
Yep.
it does.
It does. It gets way worse for him. So now Mia has bitten Natalie at this point.
Yep. She got
Yes.
lured down in the cellar.
Yes.
Yeah, she got lured down to the cellar, and she bites her
Left hand.
and then slits her tongue.
Yes.
Mia slits her own tongue
And tries.
with a razor knife.
Yeah.
And the thing about this movie is most of this shit was not done with CGI. It was mostly practical effects.
Oh my lord.
They did as much practical effects as possible with this movie.
Yeah.
And the cinematography and the effects work is stellar.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anyway, back to this. So now Natalie, actually, before Natalie does what she does, we learn a little bit more about what's going on. We learn that 5 souls need to be claimed to unleash the abomination.
Yeah.
Olivia's gone.
Yep.
We're getting there.
Yep.
So you got Mia, Olivia.
Olivia's not dead yet.
Oh, I'm
Or
sorry.
Mia's not dead yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I'm feeling
Olivia did.
better.
Better get a bucket. Anyway, so now Natalie's arm, in kind of another homage to the originals,
Yeah.
Natalie's arm becomes possessed.
Yes.
And she cuts it off with an electric knife.
Yeah.
Above the elbow. Not at the joint, above the
No,
elbow.
no. If you ever taken any advanced first aid classes or things like that, 2 inches above or below a joint, never on a joint.
Really?
Yes.
What would be easier to cut, though?
You go 2 inches above and you put the tourniquet above that.
Yeah, but it turning her arm fell off.
Yeah. There was no tourniquet.
I feel better now, and the arm just falls down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no tourniquet, by the way. She would have bled out in minutes.
Correct.
All right, so Mia has to be pure, and then we find out that for this to stop, Mia needs to be purified in one of 3 ways: either fire, full body dismemberment, or being buried alive.
Yep.
None of which are very fun sounding ways to go.
Yeah.
But her brother thinks of a very good idea.
He does. He was originally going to burn the place.
Yes, he was.
He was originally going to burn the place. But now Natalie's attacking with a nail gun.
Yeah. Well, right before that, though, another iconic OG thing happens.
What's that?
When Eric and the brother are talking,
Uh-huh.
they're talking. Eric goes line, "Does that sound fine?"
Yeah.
And that's right off of what Ash said in like the second one when he's talking to himself in the mirror.
Yeah.
I caught that line.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
That's right.
And
That's,
Eric,
I just cut my girlfriend's head off.
See,
Does that sound
for the first
fine?
time? Not only did I take notes, I typed the sons of bitches.
I just watched this last night to refresh myself.
Yeah. But now, like I was saying though,
Yeah.
Natalie attacks with a fucking nail gun. Now, wait.
Oh.
My question. I have a few questions here. One, is it an electric nail gun?
I think it's battery powered. Yeah.
Well, what's funny is he was used. It's funny you should say that because when he was fixing the door jam earlier,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how the fuck is he shooting that? Is that
I think it was battery powered.
okay?
Then, okay. I'm assuming if that's the case, he brought it with him.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Because
maybe it was in the shed.
My other thing is this abandoned in the woods cabin.
Yeah.
Who's maintaining the electricity there?
Well, I was thinking they have to have a fucking generator, but you never hear the
You
generator
would've heard it.
run. I
Yeah.
know.
There's some things you have to kind of suspend it this way.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this too. Taking a nail out of muscle is not that easy.
No.
And I know that firsthand because as you're pulling it, the muscle will constrict around it and you're not just gonna pull a nail out of your body. Easy, it's in there.
Yeah.
And again, Eric gets shot the fuck up.
Yes, he does.
In the forearm, in the hand, all over.
Now I'm thinking he's dead.
Which is a funny thing because like when something is happening, your instinct is to just put your arm up to block it. And just get shot up all the arm.
Yep.
Yeah. But now David's decided he's going to douse the place in gas.
Correct.
And he's going to light a match.
No, we're not there yet.
Wait, go ahead.
Yeah, because what happens then is Eric takes a smack to the head with a crowbar.
Yes.
Has to be dead.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's gonna, the boyfriend's gonna kill Natalie. I can never remember his name. And her either. I kept calling her the blonde.
David.
And she crawls over to him. What's happening? Why is there pain? Why is there pain? It's like, yeah, she's about to kill him. But no, David upends her from the back. He's okay. So then Eric. And then, so now and then he just collapses. They get the sedative, go downstairs. He's going to drug Mia.
Yeah.
And start his plan. But Mia ain't taking that. And who saves the day once more?
Fucking Eric.
Eric comes down and just smashes her upside the head. And then finally, through all of that, he finally just dies and drools out and is left in a puddle.
Yeah. Succumbs to his wounds.
Floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't burned anything yet because he's just... Then they go upstairs, and I think that's when... I'm trying to... Oh, no. We're going to... Yeah, it wasn't going to happen yet because then he buries her.
Yeah.
That whole thing happens.
Yes. But he already poured the gas.
He already poured the gas.
Then he said, fuck this, I can't burn my sister. And he decided to do the burial.
Yeah,
Yes.
but the gas was already poured, and he does the burial, everything else.
But he digs her up and resuscitates her.
Yeah.
He used...
Put a nice red dress on her, too.
Yes, he did. And he put her under there for just enough that she might suffocate, dug her up really quick, and he had a makeshift paddles.
Yeah, he made himself... I didn't know we had fucking MacGyver at the cabin. But yeah, he made a makeshift defibrillator.
Yes.
Out of like some spoons, a spatula, and a battery.
Yeah, and then the funny part was when I saw she's up again, I looked at the time on the clock. I'm like, there's a half an hour to go.
Yes.
I said, oh, we're not done yet.
No.
And that's when when he says I'm going back for the keys, I'm like, here we go.
Yeah. So now he goes back for the keys. And Eric attacks him. Mm-hmm. So now he shoots the gas can.
Which is brilliant.
Brilliant until you realize that is soul number 4.
Yep.
And soul number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what's happening? Now we're getting the abomination.
It's raining blood.
From a lacerated sky.
And why? And if they should have gotten that soundtrack.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That is an opportunity missed.
Just that would have been so great. But you're fuck. That is a missed opportunity. Now we've claimed 5 souls. Mm-hmm. The abomination is coming after Mia. And
comes out of the ground. Yes.
Yep, out of the ground. So Mia's got a chainsaw handy.
Finally, the chainsaw makes an appearance.
Yes.
It's
after getting chased through the tunnel into the tool shed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she comes out and she slips and falls because she's hiding under the Jeep. Yes. She can't get the chainsaw started, so she's hiding under the Jeep to try and start the chainsaw.
But she got it. She got got his leg.
Yeah, she got the legs.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the Jeep gets tipped over, and we have our second hand removal.
And it was so funny, that vision of that came down, that shot. I'm like, oh, look at that. Hand shot.
Yeah. And that was done all with practical effects, too. That hand, removal of the hand.
Basically, what happened was when the Jeep, the Deadite flipped over the Jeep, and Mia tried to back away, but her hand, the Jeep rolled over onto her left wrist.
Yes.
And
she pulls it out, but now she gets the chainsaw started.
Yes.
I've never been able to start a chainsaw one-handed. I've never been able to start a fucking chainsaw one-handed. I'm thinking it would be exceedingly difficult.
And she did it on the first start.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Taylor Schmidt says Nickelback. Fuck you, Tay. Anyway. So now, one-handed, she's wielding this chainsaw, by the way.
Yes.
Bleeding out.
Yes.
And she manages to bifurcate the abomination.
Correct.
And for people like Jim, bifurcate means she cuts a motherfucker in half.
Yes.
I think Jim would know that because I remember there was a Magic the Gathering card with that.
There was.
Yes.
Taylor says she was probably listening to Nickelback, and that's why she could start it with one hand. I heard there's a lot of shit you can start with one hand too, Tay.
Oh, my Lord.
Fucking jackass. He does this just to provoke me. Anyway. So she kills the abomination, and it sinks back into the earth.
Mm-hmm.
We got a happy ending.
Yes.
No. The book is still there.
Yes.
Yep.
She wrapped her hand up, too.
Yeah.
She did do that.
Yeah, I don't care.
But the book, they show the book doesn't burn.
No, the book will not burn. We find that out in another movie, too.
Which me and Bella watched Monday night with her boyfriend.
Evil Dead Rise?
Because it was on, when I did a search, I'm like, oh my God, that's on here too?
I haven't seen it yet. So.
I watched,
we won't ruin it.
No, I won't. But I watched Evil Dead with Jimmy Friday, and I mentioned that movie to Bella, and she goes, we'll come watch it Monday. I said, okay. And when she showed up, she goes, did you watch it yet? I said, no, I didn't watch it. I said, I was going to watch it with you. I didn't watch it. Good fucking flick.
Yeah, very good movie.
She said she thoroughly enjoyed that.
All right. Yeah, the book is still there. So we know that the story has not ended. Totally different take on the story of the Evil Dead. I mean, completely different take.
Yes.
Sam Rami, the first movie, Sam didn't go for comedy intentionally, I don't think.
No, it wasn't intentional, but it happened.
The second one, he embraced it because the second movie is essentially a reboot of the first movie.
Yeah,
correct.
Okay, so and he embraced the comedy aspect, the inherent comedy aspects of what the first Evil Dead movie was, and things just went even further off the rails with Army of Darkness. This, to me, was a fitting and worthy reboot of an iconic franchise.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan. Great gore. The use of practical effects, I'm always a big fan of. I love Tom Savini's work. I love the use of practical effects. If you can make it look good without using computers, fucking do it.
Yep. The only thing I love the movie, even in like watching it it's been a couple years since I watched it. There's a few small dings I had with it.
Okay.
None of the characters to me were likable or even memorable. I couldn't remember most of their names.
Okay. Eric, I remember.
Eric, I remember only because he's the asshole, and well,
not only that, the poor dude kept like taking punches and nails and this and.
You're not triggered. You're like the anti-snowflake.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, I thought the aesthetic. Now, just hear me out. Was dark, and not dark as in evil dark, but a lot of the effects.
Very dimly lit.
Yeah,
movie.
a lot of the effects I think you couldn't see all the great effects. Like the one that I did see was really good when she had her hand underneath the spigot and was like all the little nodule things were coming out of it.
Yes.
It's like this is not blood coming out. It's almost like stones coming out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I noticed that there were a lot of scenes that were just so darkly lit, you didn't get to fully appreciate them.
Yeah.
And all the effects that went into them were kind of wasted.
Right.
That's my only knock on it.
I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. But what did you think, Jim?
Oh, I loved it.
Okay.
I fucking loved it.
Okay. Are we going to do this stars out of 10? What are we doing for a rating?
Oh, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I haven't thought of it yet.
Out of 5 stars, I'd give it for a horror movie franchise reboot. This is a 4.5.
Okay, 4.5.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go 4.5 stars as well. If we're gonna do it on a star basis.
Oh shit! It's a star basis, huh?
Yes, star.
Well, I'll give it a 4.
Nice.
I mean, it's comparing it to the originals, which I absolutely, you know how much I love the Evil Dead franchise.
Yes.
How much stuff I own of the Evil Dead franchise. Mm-hmm. I have my own Necronomicon, for Christ's sakes.
Nice. You see, that was one thing. When I first saw this movie, and I saw it in 2013 when it came out, because like Bill, I'm a fucking huge fan of the Evil Dead franchise. Mm-hmm. I watched it. And you have to watch this and kind of disassociate yourself from the original.
Absolutely.
From the originals. And it makes it a much more enjoyable experience. Mm-hmm. Take the original trilogy as what it is and enjoy it for what it is. Mm-hmm. And enjoy this one separately.
Yep.
And I remember when this came out, the internet shitting on this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Just terribly. It's like, how dare you? How dare you? But have you seen Halloween from Rob Zombie? It's like,
hey, watch yourself.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy.
That's the word.
Speaking of hypocrisy in Rob Zombie's evil Halloween, this one chapped my ass to no end. I'm a huge fan of what Rob Zombie did with the reimagining of Halloween. Mm-hmm. Okay, now Carpenter.
Oh yeah,
Carpenter. He does a fucking 16-year time jump, essentially, or a 12-year time jump, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
From the night of the murders to the night when Michael comes out of the asylum. Zombie actually takes the time to flesh out why Michael is the way he is and the intervening years. Mm-hmm. Okay? When Zombie's Halloween first came out, John Carpenter signed off on it. Oh, yeah, I saw it. It's excellent, yada, yada, yada. It's a great re-envisioning, and I love what he did with it. When the fucking bastard decided he was going to reboot it himself, he shit on what Rob Zombie did. Yeah. Fuck you, you old, hypocritical fuck. And I love John Carpenter's movies. However, the last two Halloweens blew fucking dog.
Didn't they? Horrible.
Fucking terrible.
I never even saw them.
Don't waste your time.
I did it because Jimmy wanted to.
I have other great movies that waste my time.
That's when I ended up getting Peacock, because I said it's cheaper to fucking get Peacock than to go see this in the theater. So
yeah.
And I said, oh, I'm so glad I didn't go see this in the theater.
Yeah, it's just not good. Hold on one.
The second one was a little bit better than the first one.
What, Halloween Kills?
Yeah.
Or Halloween Ends, rather?
That one.
Yeah, I haven't. I can't bring myself to watch that one yet. I did not like Halloween Kills, so I haven't watched Halloween Ends as of yet, and I don't think I'm going to, because, like I said, I'm just not a fan. Not a fan at all, and I honestly got really turned off to John Carpenter when he like did a 180 on zombie stuff 10 years after the fact.
He might have had to do it just for like to keep people happy.
No, he did it to make his fucking old ass relevant again. Nothing more, nothing less. At least Stephen King with The Shining was consistent. He hated what Kubrick did from day one.
He hates everybody that did shit to his movies.
Most of them, yeah.
But so he just, I'll do my own. And that one was Maximum Overdrive.
And that was terrible. But like the reboot of, I know you would. Fucking terrible. The Shining, Kubrick's Shining, Stephen King never liked it because Kubrick took way too many liberties with the source material. Mm-hmm. So,
who was in the reboot
of The Shining?
Yeah,
I don't know. They did that one for TV. That was the one that was made for TV.
Yeah,
and that one actually King was involved with.
I was going to say I actually like that one a little bit better,
and it's more true to the book.
Yeah.
Don't remember that.
And what's the sequel? Doctor
Sleep.
Yeah,
excellent movie.
I've never seen it. That's on my list.
Excellent fucking movie. Watch it.
It's on my list.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. Anyway, let's move on.
It's a disturbing movie.
When I see